Hi everyone! To determine your pattern size, you first need to take your body measurements because the patterns are based on standard measurements and therefore your pattern size might differ from the clothes that you buy in the store. Here is an example of my measurements. As you can see, I am two different measurements. My hips are bigger than my upper body. So for cases like this, where you are two different sizes, I would recommend that you always keep in mind the pattern construction and then the design elements of the pattern. To explain this a little bit further, I'm going to use 4 examples. So in the first example, you will see this is just a basic tight fitted top. So for this top, you can look at the bust and the waist measurement. In my case, my bust is the larger number, so I will choose the size that fits my bust. In the second example, for a dress or a longer type top, you can look at the bust and the abdomen and the hips. So in my case, my hips are way bigger, so I will choose a larger size and alter it around the upper body as needed. For the third example, a pair of pants, you can look at the abdomen and the hips. Depending on the design, the pants might be high-waisted, and if your abdomen is larger than your hips, you will have to choose the size according to the abdomen, and then tailor the pants around the hip area. In my case, my hips are bigger than my abdomen, so I will choose the size according to the hip measurement. For my final example, you will see I have a long top that reaches up to the hips, but it has slits on the sides. So then you can look at the bust and the abdomen measurement. The reason we don't take the hips into consideration with this design is because the slits on the sides open up around the hip area. These are just guidelines and examples, and you still have to keep in consideration the amount of difference between the measurements. My advice is, rather make it a bit bigger and alter it afterwards.